We are wives, we are friends, we are hard workers. We make change every day. We're just waiting for the opportunity when the power structure of this country is such that we will be 51% of the folks making the decisions, creating policy, that we will hold the majority one day and transform our community, our economy, and the conditions that some of us have to live under.
Yes.
It is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you a long-term friend, a person I support, the Mayor of Oakland, Jean Twenge.
So I really want to welcome the women from the World Court of Women. And Oakland has recently hosted quite a few international meetings of women. Just a few months ago, we had the Asian Pacific Rim countries meeting here, and Hillary Clinton was fighting for more access for women to capital so that they could run businesses. And we know that the United Nations study shows that if girls had equal access to education, and if women had equal access to employment, and if you add Hillary's factor and also had equal access to capital so that they could create their own businesses, that the whole income of the world's families would rise by 25%. And it quantifies the cost of discrimination. That is by erecting barriers in many countries to women, that we basically are cutting the potential of human beings, and that we all would be 25% richer if there were no discrimination against women. And America, we are, in many cases, we feel that, oh, we've made it, we've done better. I am the first woman mayor in the city in over 150 years.
Right.
Yeah. But there are only 9 women mayors in the top 100 cities of America. The California State Legislature lost women members in the last election. And it's no accident that a lot of the budget cuts, I think, have really decimated women.
Woo! Yes.
The poverty rate for women is the highest that it's been in 2 decades. That the poverty rate is up 14.5% in 2010, the last year that we have statistics. And the family effect is particularly hard hit in Oakland. There was an article just last week, I think it was in the Chronicle, that talked about the poverty among school-age children and how that's on the rise. No city in the Bay Area has more children living in poverty than Oakland. 1 out of 3 children in the city of Oakland live in poverty. Last year, 21,000 more children moved into poverty. And so, if we're going to raise the Bay Area, if we're even going to raise Oakland, I always remind people what Martin Luther King said. Martin Luther King said that there's no peace without justice. You can't have a city where 1/3 of your children aren't sure where they're going to live and what they're going to eat every day. You can't have a city that can function without that. And so that's why the issue of women having more access to jobs, women having more access to education is critical in our city, and why Oakland has, I am very proud of, has been very innovative. We had our own version of, American version of micro banking. We have the Women's Initiative that's put hundreds of women into small businesses. My initiative as mayor is to put my arms around the 100 blocks of Oakland that have 92% of the murders, and it is no accident that those are also the same neighborhoods where only 30% of young African American men are graduating from high school.
That's right.
And we're in a city now that, particularly among families with single mothers, at 41%, not 33%, but 41% of the families are living behind poverty. But this is a city, I believe, so I'm welcoming these people, and we're going to work on the national and the international issues, but here in Oakland, we too. We're a city that is small enough, it's big enough that we're very diverse, we're the most diverse city. And usually as mayor, I say welcome to Oakland. We're the most diverse city in America, although Manhattan is sort of in competition with us, but Manhattan's really a borough, it's not a city.
That's right.
We're also with the New York Times. The New York Times said that we're the 5th place to visit in the world because of our great diversity. And I want to tell you that the reason we're diverse is because we have affordable housing. And this is a place where new immigrants come. We speak 131 languages here in Oakland, which means you've got 131 kinds of restaurants to try while you're here. And we are very proud of the fact that we are a city, as my kids call it, a real city, not a city of just the rich, not of just the poor, but of a good cross-section of everyone. And so welcome to Oakland. And